Battlefield 2042 has a plethora of problems right now, but a lot of people don't understand that this game still technically is in early access beta. Those people who have bought the premium edition of EA Play, which is the Pro Edition, or if you have bought the Gold or Ultimate Battlefield bundle, you were able to play on November 19th. A lot of things that are wrong with the game stems from Bloom, a lot of FPS issues and server issues, which admittedly DICE has always had problems when it came to game launches with server issues, so we'll give them a slight pass on that. But mainly the FPS issues and stuttering that you get on even top-end hardware, where a lot of people, even with 3090s and a top-end CPU, they are only getting around 120, 130 frames, which is really eye-opening for those who have lower end systems, i.e. a 2060 or 2070 or last gen graphics card. Maybe a lot of you are still on a 1080, which is still a really good graphics card, but don't expect a really high FPS in this game, especially if you're going to play at 1440p, which actually is like the new norm for 1920 by 1080 resolution types. But Battlefield 2042 right now, technically, like I said earlier, is still in early access. The official launch of Battlefield 2042 doesn't come out until November 19th. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about a potential day one patch that could be happening for Battlefield 2042, and it may potentially fix a lot of the issues with the game, because officially it is not released yet for everyone. I know people who have Xbox Game Pass, they had a 10-day or 10-hour trial for the game, and I'm not sure if people on PlayStation, if you have Origin Access or EA Play, you were able to get that 10-hour trial period so that you can test the game out and see how you like it. But like I said, the official release of the game isn't until November 19th, and honestly, the beta from Battlefield 2042 and this early access launch week, there wasn't much change. It just seemed like there was a bunch of guns added, if you can call it that. Only 4 assault rifles, 2 sniper rifles, 3 LMGs, not much weapon variety at all. And I know we won't see a lot of weapon variety until they come out with the season pass, which was actually admittedly delayed because honestly there's a bunch of problems with this game. Don't get me wrong, the game is super fun when it's working correctly, but the annoying things like Bloom is a big thing that wasn't noticed much in the beta, if they had it at all. But for some reason they decided to add it into the actual early access. Now hopefully there is that day one patch that actually reverts this issue, which I know a lot of players have been having and being very vocal about it. I see it all over Reddit, I see it all over YouTube. Everybody is complaining about Bloom. Nobody wanted it, and especially when Battlefield 2042 has such large maps, it's very difficult to hit your shots when it just seems random and the Bloom is just going all around the person. Well, if you don't know what Bloom is, technically it's just you're shooting and your weapon has random bullet deviation, which is actually very annoying. You don't notice it much in close range engagements, but if you're trying to fight someone at further distances, it is very difficult to hit your shots. It just seems randomized. So hopefully that is something that can get ironed out. It's an old mechanic. I know Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 had it, and for some odd reason they decided to bring it back. But again, it is a huge issue right now. And let's talk about the FPS and performance from the beta on over to the actual early access. It doesn't seem like optimization was actually done, because I actually think that I got better performance on the beta than I did in the actual game release. And to be honest, that is very disheartening and disappointing, because I know a lot of people don't have a really high-end system. I know everybody that I know is unable to get a high-end graphics card right now because just the whole pandemic, and that's another issue going on there, where PC parts are extremely rare, or you have to pay almost double the price for a graphics card, where your scalpers are just shooting the prices up, which is another issue in itself. But Battlefield 2042 right now in the early access, it doesn't seem like there was no FPS pass done, and a lot of people have been making videos on how it's only utilizing 8 cores and it's not utilizing your whole processor or your graphics card. So that's another really big issue there. Hopefully when Battlefield 2042 officially releases on November 19th, we'll see a really big patch, and hopefully this is just a beta slash trial period that we're going through right now, and we'll have to wait and see when the full game releases. I still stand by what I said in my earlier video about do not buy Battlefield 2042, because right now it's just a buggy, messy mess of a game, and I would highly recommend just refunding your game. Get EA Pro or EA Play Pro, whatever you want to call it, the EA subscription, Origin subscription, and that way you can just play $15 a month, and you can decide after this game has a couple of updates if you want to actually end up purchasing the game or just sticking it out to the end. So hopefully there's going to be a huge day one patch coming out to Battlefield 2042 on November 19th. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of Battlefield 2042, if you have played it or if you're still holding out, waiting to see what happens with this game. As always, guys, remember, stay blessed and stay humble, and I'll catch you in another video. Peace.